Welcome back to Super Mario 64. Last time we got all of these stars in Tiny Huge Island, and now we're going to be heading into this clock here. Now that Toad said something about the clock before when I got the secret star from him, but I didn't really pay attention to it, and I know exactly what he was going to say anyway, so I'll just explain it. Depending on where the minute hand is when you enter the level, things will change slightly. I got it pretty close to the 6, you don't have to have it exactly on the number. But if you have it near the 6, then things are kind of out of whack. The clock is pretty much broken. For example, these spinning platforms are spinning in opposite directions, spinning faster, spinning slower, and sometimes stopping altogether. Same with this pendulum. Sometimes it'll just hang after its swing, sometimes it'll make a slow swing, sometimes it'll make a very fast swing, and that can be actually kind of scary. These conveyor belts here, there are multiple, which is why I say these. Right now, it's supposed to be pushing me in the opposite direction, but it's not. It's pushing me toward where I'm supposed to go. Sometimes they'll also stop altogether. These spinning platforms right here are probably the most dangerous thing. I'll go to where there's a trio of them to show it off. They're out of sync right now. Usually, they're all spinning at the same time. You can tell when they're about to spin because they kind of shift down a bit and then start spinning. But because everything's out of sync, everything's out of whack, this is probably the most difficult platforming challenge in this game, at least for me. I usually can't make it up on the first try. As for this thing, it pushes out sometimes. Sometimes it'll just fake you out by going halfway like that. And sometimes it'll go out really fast and push you off the edge. This clock hand here, it's moving forward right now at a relatively decent pace. Sometimes it'll go faster, sometimes it'll go slower. Sometimes it'll stop altogether, and sometimes it will, did I say go backwards? I think I didn't say go backwards, so it'll go backwards. Same with these octagonal platforms. They'll go clockwise, they'll go counterclockwise, or they'll just kind of stop for a brief moment. But they're honestly the safest hazard here, because if you stand in the middle of them, you're basically not hindered at all. Well, it kind of gimped my jump there, but that was about it. Now to never go back into the 6 version of the level ever again. I just did that to show it off, and it's the easiest version of the level, so I didn't feel like it was too much of a challenge, is what I'm trying to say. Now I want to get it at the 12, and I'm going to be showing myself entering the level for the most part, because, things change depending on where I enter. In the 12 o'clock version, time has essentially stopped. None of the bits of the level move. I was going to say kind of nothing moves, but those enemies clearly did. But level geometry, these platforms, these conveyor belts, the pendulums, they don't move at all. Probably the safest version of the level, in my opinion, but you can't get to most of it without stuff actually moving, so in the stopped time, you can probably only get 3 out of the 7 stars, and oh geez, I thought I died. Well, so much for this being the easiest version of the level. I mean, it still is, but that was just my fault for kind of falling there. You can't get a lot of the stars in this version because there's a platform later on that we won't be able to reach because, well, the platform won't move anymore. Essentially, it goes up and down, but since time has stopped, it's not going to move up or down, and you can't reach it in the time stop version, so kind of stuck with the first 3 or so stars in this level. That platform is supposed to move up and down as well, the one right beneath us, but you can make a good jump here, and then it'll do the trick. And there's a 1-up if you stand, well, not stand, but perform a handstand on this thing. There's a platform right there. Well, it is in the downward position, but we can't exactly use it right now, and I'm good. Anyway, we need to move further on. I didn't really talk about this enemy all that much. At least I didn't say everything I wanted to. The wind-up key in its back actually serves a purpose. Once it's finished chasing you, essentially, it'll stop. Well, slow down first, then it'll stop, and then it'll wind itself up a bit, and then actually start chasing you again. this triangle platform right here spins on this spike. So it'll go, you know, it'll spin. As for right here, that platform right there, the one that, well, I forgot that this is actually a jump. The one that Mario's hitting his head on right now, it actually goes up and down when time is actually moving, but it's not right now. I just wanted to show off the time stop version, and I want to kind of equally show off every version of the level, except for the out of sync version, because that one's very annoying. This time, we're going into the 9. The thing is about this level, there's no controlled version of it. I guess that's the best way to put it. There's no neutral speed. There's the slow version, which is at the 3, and the fast version, which is what I'm using now, at the 9. So, no real normal speed. Just fast speed and slow speed, essentially. Fast speed is a bit more difficult, but it does involve a bit less waiting if you're more brave with your jumps. Like these right here. If I actually, you know, can climb these. What I like to do with these platforms is I like to wait till before they, well, not before, but as soon as they're spinning to perform a double jump in order to get to the next one. And, you know, in the slower version, they take a bit longer to get ready to go, you know, before they shift down, essentially. So it takes a bit longer. But, with the faster version of the level, then they don't take as long. And I skipped past the star, I believe. It's in this general area right here. Yep. You see that clock hand? We're supposed to take it all the way across to that star over there. And I chose the fast version because, you know, the clock hand moves faster in the fast version, so there's less waiting involved. But there is another way to get to it that I'll show off if you want to do it in the slow version without waiting, or in the stop time version. You could also do it there. That's why I said you could get 3 of the stars in the stop time version. Well, maybe actually 4 now that I think about it, because there's the one in that cage right there, the one down there, the one, you know, that requires the stop time, and then the one up above that I got previously. Anyway, I'm just kind of rambling on about that now. What I like to do is I like to jump off here, if I could properly do so, and then perform a kick to send myself backwards and into this little area with the star in it. That's kind of the cheater's way to do it, I guess. But I just wanted to show it off in case you want to not deal with very much platforming challenge in the stop time. I just missed my chance. I want to have it sped up again because this time we'll actually need to take a clock hand. It's pretty much required. Stomp on the thwomp. We need to get all the way up. Oh, I thought I was going to hit that. To basically the top of the level. Something I didn't say. This level's very vertical, and the center is basically a bottomless pit. So if you want to fall, well, not really if you want to fall, but if you do end up falling, and you have some control over where you're falling toward, make sure it's close to the edge, is all I'm trying to say. Right here should be a good place to come back in, because, well, this is pretty much the farthest we've gotten with time moving in the fast version, so I'd say it makes sense to not show the beginning bit of the level again. Especially because I did die twice. But whatever, you know, everybody makes mistakes. Anyway, that 1-up is very, very helpful. Hopefully I, yes, got to this platform. There's a 1-up over there too, if you're able to ride the things that come out. I don't know what to call them. If you jump across them and step on that platform, you get a 1-up. But I don't really want it right now. I'm just gonna make my way higher up this tower, clock, whatever you want to call it. Something about these platforms, of course you can just jump, but if you walk, just walk, you could pretty much get onto another side of it with no hassle as well. And something I don't think I mentioned is that while running, Mario jumps higher. rather than, you know, the little short hop that he does. You can actually see it right now. Well, that was a double jump, but it doesn't really count. Yeah, Mario jumps higher when he's running, so... And he doesn't jump as high as with, like, a side flip or a back flip. I say that because in this level, there are a lot of times where you can actually hit your head on things. So, you might not want to make larger jumps, or higher jumps, rather. This part right here, I like to time my jump so that I only jump on the first platform. In the slow version, it's a lot easier. In the fast version, I have to watch myself a bit. But this is essentially what I like to do. Triple jump off of the first platform so that I skip the second one. And these triangle platforms are essentially the same as the, well, I say triangle. Triangular prism platforms are essentially the same as the cube platforms. And I survive? I survived. Okay, I'll meet you back up there. Oh, a double jump works on that little bit too. As I was saying, these triangular prism platforms are essentially the same as the cube platforms that we've previously seen. They shift down and then they rotate. And now I need to wait for the clock hand over here. But because I made it the fast time version, I don't have to wait as long as usual, which is very nice. And you don't want to be on the arrowhead, you want to be just before it, because the arrowhead will go underneath this conveyor belt here, and that will push you off if you just stand still on it. What we actually need to do is triple jump onto the thwomp, if I could time this properly. Okay, right about now would do the trick. Yeah, oh, okay. Don't fall down, by the way, because you will need to wait for the hand again and also do a bit more platforming. There's also, whatchamacallit, a block down there that contains 10 coins, which is pretty good. But, I don't need it right now. I'm not doing the 100 coin mission. I'm just getting this star. If I could grab it, thank you. That's 4 stars done? At least I think that's 4 stars done. And I sped up the level twice, so that's enough speeding it up. Now I'm actually going to slow it down, I believe. At least, I hope that's correct. Yes, I do want it slowed for this one. And this is the first time us seeing the slowed version. It's honestly not that different from the fast version. The platforming is a bit easier because it's, in my opinion, easier to time. For example, these blocks here, you have a lot more time to stand on them before they decide to do their little spinning thing. And the pendulums are not as much of a problem. Like, you can make a jump up all 3 of these right after they turn. Look at that. I'm already at the top. And they didn't turn once. That's what I was trying to say. You can make a jump up all 3 of them right after they turn before they have a chance to turn again. That's what I was trying to say. When I said chance, I meant chance. My words are just not coming out of my mouth correctly today. Anyway, we need to make our way up here. Can't do this one in the stop time because this platform needs to be moving. At least, I don't think you can do it in the stop time. There might be some sort of glitch or something that allows you to do it. I'm not as savvy on this game as you might think I am. So, I probably can't do it. But what we actually need to do is jump up these little things that come out the wall. And it's much easier in the slow down time. In the fast time, it's pretty much impossible for me. So, there you go. That's the 5th star of this area. And the last star, since I think we slowed it down once, and I'm going to slow it down again for the 100 coin mission. So the last star is going to happen in the stop time. In fact, it requires the stop time. And I say last star, I mean 6th. It's the red coin mission for this area. Wait, I didn't stop time. Is it fast right now? I can't tell exactly what's going on. Well, I'll just die anyway, so I could redo things. Was I watching the hour hand by accident? Maybe I was. Or maybe that was like the neutral, the controlled version, where everything's kind of, you know, not too fast, not too slow. Maybe. I have no idea. Anyway, now it should be stopped. There we go. We need to climb up these platforms in order to get all the red coins. And again, use running jumps, not backflips or anything like that, because you might hit your head on the platforms above you. You can't really see them from here, but they are there, and they're lower than you think. Anyway, the 8 red coins are in a very condensed area, not strewn about all throughout the level, so very easy to get this star, in my opinion. In fact, this whole level was pretty fast, I think. I do have to edit and stuff, so I don't know exactly how long it is, but this one feels pretty dang short, in my opinion. Anyway, here's the 6th star. I guess I might as well show myself going into the level in order to do the 100 coin mission, because, again, this level requires that you enter it in specific times, slowed time, and sped up time, I guess, because, like, I'm slowing down the clock, but also speeding up the footage. Whatever. Fast. Go. My song of choice for this 100 coin mission is Palm Tree Panic from Sonic CD, the present Japan version of the song. Sonic CD is a game about time travel, you know. It had a bunch of different versions of its own songs, first being the ones that depend on what era you're in, past, present, or future, or other future. And then there's the Japanese and American soundtracks, which were different for some reason. I was internally debating with myself which one I should use, because I think they're both really good. But I decided to go with the Japanese version. I have a bit more nostalgia for it. At least I recall, like, hearing it more than I did the US version. Anyway, as for the level itself, the blue coin switch gives you 30 blue coins, and they're all very easy to get in my opinion, so that's pretty much a lot of the level done for you already. You want to look for 10 coin blocks. There's one at the very beginning of the level, near the red coins. There's one right here in that cage with the bars that push you out. There's one near the thwomp, which I'm about to get. And then one more at the very top of the level. There's one that I don't get in the middle of the level at the top, but I didn't know it was there, so that's that. And there it is, the 100 coin star. If I could actually grab it. Come on. Backflip. There we go. Alright, that's tick-tock clock all done. I guess I'll just kill myself. Or, you know, land on this middle platform that I didn't even know was here. That had a bunch of coins in it. I guess there's more coins than I thought. Never mind. I was gonna make a statement about how scarce they were, but turns out there's actually, you know, a good amount more than necessary. 10% at least. Anyway, next time we'll be heading into the next course, which isn't exactly gotten into in an orthodox way, kind of like with these, but at the same time it's very normal. I guess I'll just leave what the course is until next time.